What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the show. This your boy Tone. This the new show, In the Zone.
In the Zone. I'm Big Fridge, man. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, man. We just gonna we testing it out a little bit today. This gonna be a little weekly thing, maybe a couple times a week. Where we gonna break down some of the games, some of the key matchups and shit like that. You know, first, of course, we just saw that AFC Championship game.
Yeah, it was a good game, but Jacksonville came up short, man. They really need a quarterback, and the offensive coordinator need a little help.
Blake Bortles definitely is like the weak link, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that offense was doing everything right in the first half, but then the second half, it kind of, they was able, they ran the ball a lot, but they wasn't getting a lot of yards. So.
Yeah, they got a little predictable, you know what I'm saying, to where New England was able to send some blitzes and things of that nature. And that's where the offensive coordinator comes in, where you really can't blame Blake Bortles. But,
he missed some throws.
But the play calling was kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? They really didn't give themselves a chance to win the ball game.
Like the one play on the 3rd and 19, what they throw like a 5-yard pass.
5-yard pass. Come on now. But at the end of the day, you really shouldn't be in a 3rd and 19 situation where you got a running back like Fournette.
Right.
Plus, you just got too predictable. You ran, then you did play action. Come on now. You got to mix it up. You got to take some shots. And plus, in the days of football now, you could do the back shoulder throw. I know everybody practice it. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple of back shoulder throws on first down. You know what I'm saying? And then you could go to Fournette, run. You know what I mean? Because you do want to take time off the clock, keep Brady off the field.
Right. And like a couple other things you were saying, like, too, we felt like they should have took a couple more shots downfield.
Yeah, man.
To, like, put that pressure on them defensive backs back there. Exactly. Either get a pass interference or a long play. They didn't really do that until, like, funny situations. It wasn't at the right times of the game, man. And the players he was throwing to, he's throwing deep balls to Dede Westbrook, who is fast. He a rookie. He a fast rookie out of Oklahoma and all that. But how many catches he had all season? Like, I don't even remember dude doing nothing for them.
Right. So. And they wasn't getting the ball to Marquise Lee or Hearns. Those two players over the years show that they are very productive players, And then also, by taking shots, you make sure that defense respect your deep throw. Because there was a point in time where they almost had 8 in the box just daring you to pass.
Every play.
Like trying to take away Fournette. They daring you to pass. You're not passing. That's what an offensive coordinator, I think he really needs to get fired.
Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. It's always drastic changes that, we need to be made. When a team that close, but it feel like they missing a certain couple pieces, you know what I mean?
Right. You winning 14-10, and you only finished with 20 points.
They scored. You remember they got a field goal too before New England even scored too. So they was up by a touchdown.
They was up 10 in the fourth quarter,
and then they didn't score no more.
Come on, man. They was up 10, had the ball in a good position to either put up 3 more points or 7 and then put up nothing.
But you remember what I said too, though, at halftime, like you already know Belichick finna make them adjustments.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first half the second half ain't gonna look nothing like the first half, you know what I mean? Brady gonna get in the rhythm and all that, everything like that happened, man. Yeah. Even though they was putting a hat on Brady a lot of the times tonight too.
Yeah.
In
all sports, man. Sports is a game of adjustments. That's where the coaches earn their money.
That's their main job.
You know what I mean? So I just didn't understand some of the things Jacksonville was doing offensively.
Yeah.
You didn't put no pressure on New England's defense. New England's defense, to me, and this is my personal opinion, not as strong as everybody think.
Yeah.
They not really that strong, man. You could do a lot against their defense.
You remember? You remember? I think it was. Let me see. What was that? It was It was in the first half. It was like 3-4 plays in a row where Jacksonville receivers wide open, running through the defense.
Bortles missed.
Man,
Bortles
he hit a
missed.
couple. He hit a couple. Like he's like, oh, he was wide open. If he would have hit him on in stride, it might have been a touchdown.
Exactly.
But man,
you know, it's a terrible thing. You know, when you're watching a football game and you just see so much. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, we're watching. You can always second guess a coach when you watch it. You know, don't get me wrong. I understand that, but hey, that's the nature of the business when you when you watch it. You know, so
exactly. I mean,
it is what it is.
And I mean, we've been watching for so long. I've been a lifelong sports fan. I know my friend's been a lifelong sports fan. So we see like the same tendencies and situations happening. I mean, like that whole game, I could kind of tell that Jacksonville wasn't putting enough points on the board. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you got to finish those drives with touchdowns, and you can't keep letting them stay in the game.
Right.
You know, even that 10-point lead, that's not enough against them. You see?
Right. But they wasn't taking enough time off the clock when you playing that style of a game. Now, I understand, you know, certain teams can execute that style of game, but when you do that style of game, you have to get first downs.
Yeah.
You have to. In the second half, they wasn't getting no first downs. It was just kind of terrible, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The offensive coordinator didn't do no adjustments. He had no adjustments to attack that defense. You know, they put 8 in the box. They couldn't move the ball. Fournette only getting 1 and 2 yards. No. They playing y'all man-to-man. They showing y'all man-to-man. You got Fournette, which is your best offensive player.
Yeah.
Put the ball in his hand on some shovel passes, some swing routes, some choice routes, you know. Come on, man.
Even the young money in the first half, Grant. Remember, he was getting a lot of nice little play. He almost got a touchdown on the one little screen pass.
Yeah, they wasn't even going to him no more.
They didn't go to him the whole second half. I don't remember, man. It was like they shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what we know. I mean, New England, that's what they do. They against us. Make sure we shut this down in the second half. Make them beat us. Make Blake Bortles have to beat us. You know what I mean?
But, you know, a lot of times I really feel in my heart, a lot of teams might be defeated mentally when they play against this team, because when it comes to a certain part of the game where it's like a tough situation, they concede. Right. You know, they're not giving up, but they concede because they're not actually coaching and doing the things that it takes to win the ball game.
Like I remember it was funny too, because Fred went to the kitchen, right? New England had the ball. It was like 3rd down or something. It was like 3rd and 10 or something like that. New England ran one more play. They didn't do shit. They end up punting, right? Jacksonville go 3 and out from like the 3-yard line. Like I think it was 3 passes in a row too. They threw like with about 4 minutes left.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like 3 passes in a row they throw, all incomplete. You know, they don't run no time off the clock. He like, man, what they doing? What the Patriots doing? I'm like, man, Jacksonville they just went 3 and out. Like it was so fast. It was like 2 minutes. It felt like it wasn't even no.
It was not.
I was like, damn.
I just walked in there, got some water, was giving Kendra the report of what's going on in the game, came back. It was a whole different switch. Cause
they was finna get the ball back.
Yeah, because it was a pass interference on, was it Ramsey? I think Ramsey got a pass interference, and I was just saying, man, they should change the rule, man.
Yeah. He was just saying that.
That's
and then they ran one more play or something like that.
Hey,
they did that shit so fast.
I go in the kitchen, I come back. Jacksonville done had the ball already. 3 plays, punt. How does that happen? That's terrible. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. These offensive coordinators, man, they're getting paid money. Y'all got to design a good offensive plan, and it's unacceptable to me.
Yeah, I mean, like you remember what I was saying too a little bit in the game. Like Blake Bortles is like a worse Alex Smith. Like I was like they trying to turn him into Alex Smith in Jacksonville, like with just a little short dump offs. And you know, and I know all Kansas City Chiefs fans know that. I'm not talking about him now. I'm talking about him before when he was like when Harbaugh first got him. He wasn't going down the field. He was, you know, I'm gonna throw the little short 5-10 yard passes and don't take chances. Right. And that's how you feel like they was a little too conservative.
They was too conservative,
and,
man.
And Bortles didn't really try to take the top off.
Exactly, man. You gotta put some pressure on the defense. Like even if you don't complete the pass, you gotta make them respect your offense.
Right.
You gotta make them worry. Like, hey, they might do this or they might do that.
And that'll open it up more for Fournette.
Exactly, and that's what you want to do. Open it up for your best player. You don't want your best player surrounded around all these football players. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still professionals. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So you got to be able to do some things to create situations for your best players to succeed.
It was a good game, though, man. Shout out to the Jags. They had a great season, too, man. They got all the way.
The Jags. Nobody thought they'd be in the AFC Championship. Much love and respect. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But hopefully next season they can address that offensive coordinator situation and maybe even address that quarterback situation.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see, too, man. It do seem like one thing about that, too. It looked like, you know, the players on the team got his back. You know, They rock with him. You got to. You can't really just come out like, yeah.
I mean,
he kind of trash. But
at the end of the day, he didn't throw no interceptions. You know, he was having a bad problem with interceptions all year. Didn't throw no interceptions. He managed the game.
He almost had that bad fumble, but they got it back.
Right.
Yeah.
But then they also didn't run no plays where he could use his legs. You know, he could use his legs. You know what I mean? You got to do things to put pressure on the defense.
Part of that, I think, was how they were stacking the box, like trying to stop Fournette, so they wasn't giving him those lanes, too.
But really,
and they was playing a lot of zone, like the whole game.
But really, that happened, like, in the second half.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about letting your quarterback get a few runs, that got to happen in the first half.
Yeah,
so you got to keep it in their mind. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep it in their mind, just like they did last week against Marcus Mariota, some of the rushers wasn't even rushing hard because they had to spy Mariota. Now, if you put it in a situation this week, if you somewhat spy Bortles while you have a Fournette, and they not being so aggressive, your offense will get a better chance to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. But enough of that game. You know, Patriots did that thing. They going back to the bowl.
Back to the bowl.
Back to the bowl, man. We'll see that in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
But so we gotta hit the second game that's about to come on next, man, with the NFC Championship game. The Minnesota Vikings going out there to Philly, taking on them Eagles. What's your take on that game, right?
Be honest with you, I'm up in the air with it. I see two teams that's similar. Yeah. They both have, in my eyes, 2 backup quarterbacks going. They both, in my eyes, have 2 good defenses going. They both play well on special teams. You know, so this is one of those games where you have to see what happens. What's gonna happen? Like,
Who gonna
make the mistake? Because they're very evenly matched on both sides of the ball. But the Eagles, in my opinion, is a little bit more limited than Minnesota.
I agree.
Just because of Nick Foles versus
Case Keenum.
They both was backups on the same team with the Rams, you know what I'm saying? But Foles, he only really does well to me like in the read option game. You know, I don't think that'll work against this particular defense, you know, because Mike Zimmer, he's a very defensive type of guy, and his defense is much faster than the defense that they faced last week.
See, and that like that. I feel like almost the same exact way about this matchup, like, because I already said it's like a pick 'em for real. Like, man, you can't really real similar. Like, they both, like you said, backup quarterbacks in there. You know, strong defenses though on both sides. I tend to give it to Minnesota too with the better. I think they might have the best defensive left. I mean, of course, out of these 3 teams, I think I would say they got the best defensive team left. And I think it was kind of close with them in Jacksonville too. Like they had an argument even with them still in it.
Right.
But it's I just think that Minnesota offense is just going. They've been playing better than Philadelphia's offense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, Diggs and Thielen and Murray, I think they can have big games today.
Yeah, the key person though is the tight end.
Oh, Rudolph.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If one of the running backs on each side, they could change the game. The Eagles have a good running back.
They got
two. They really got two.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they don't really succeed the way they should. They're not 100-yard rushers, and especially in this particular type of game, they really have to show up. And I don't think on the Eagles side that against Minnesota, that's the only reason why I get an edge to Minnesota. But if the Eagles win, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all because both teams are so evenly matched.
Yeah. Yep.
It just all depends on who's gonna take care of the ball. Turnovers always play a big part of football.
That's what I'm looking for too. Which team is gonna be the one to take care of the ball? Because I mean, like we keep bringing up, man, these two backup quarterbacks. We ain't gonna even beat around the bush with that. Even though Case Keenum had a real good season, he's not gonna be the starter probably next year. I don't think. Or if he is, he's not gonna be the starter long term. I'm gonna say it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's just not that dude to me. You know what I'm saying? I like how they play with him though. Like how they really do take chances. Like fucking play with Diggs, how they won the game like that.
Yeah.
Even though you had to do that, you still like, man, you got enough confidence to try to even make that throw. You know what I'm saying? I like that with him, and I just like their offense more than I like Philadelphia's offense. With Nick Foles playing, if this was Wentz, it'd be no question I'll go with them. But with Nick Foles, I think I'm gonna have to ride with Case Keenum and the Vikings and that defense today. I think they're gonna get it done and be the first home Super Bowl team.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, the only team that was close to that was the Niners in '84 when they played at Stanford.
Okay.
That was the closest one. But, I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen with Teddy Bridgewater. He's a young, good quarterback who could use his legs, who could throw. I'm really interested to see what's gonna go on with him. I think maybe if Keelan wins this game and go to the Super Bowl, they may get rid of him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes somewhere else. But I really hope that young man get another opportunity to play in the league.
Yeah, and let's while we talking about the Vikings too, let's just speak on that other quarterback they got too. Dude's the #1 pick. I've been saying that was a mistake from when it happened. Sam Bradford, like he's still on the roster too, I believe.
Yeah. I think he probably second string if something happened to kill him. But
is he active? I don't know if he's active. Oh, okay. I didn't even know
all
that.
All three of them is active.
Okay, so they just let Case
Case Keenum go because they've been winning with him.
Playing better.
Yeah. But I mean, not to switch subjects, but I mean, this is why I respect Nick Saban so much because he not scared to pull the trigger.
Roll Tide.
Yes, roll Tide. He's not scared to pull the trigger and take out a quarterback if they're not playing well.
Right.
Not only did he do it when Hurts was not playing well in the national championship, but for Hurts to get the starting job, the other guy, I forget what his name is, but he wound up transferring.
I remember that.
Yeah, the first game of the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't playing well. They put in Hurts. Hurts did well, and Hurts became the starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he wound up transferring. Wasn't a team player. Hey, you didn't have it that day. But instead of going back to practice and trying to win your spot back, you up and leave.
And let's talk about that too a little bit. That was good you switched that though, because we do got to hit that too a little bit. But of course, the national champion, Alabama Crimson Tide, did their damn thing again.
Yeah,
a lot of people was trying to say like they didn't even deserve to be in that playoff, but obviously they proved them people wrong with winning the whole damn thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Got their revenge on Clemson first. You know, smacked the hell out of them boys. Smacked them boys.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? In the championship game like they're supposed to, man.
The thing about that, and I love the way Alabama did it, because for one, you don't give Nick Saban a whole month.
Hell nah.
To prepare for anything.
We already you know what I'm saying? Like,
a whole month. You know, and then after they dominated, but leading up to that game, if you watch Sports Center, you watch all the little sports shows, they talk so bad about Alabama defense.
Yeah, they did.
They talked so bad about Alabama defense, and they knew that they was missing half their linebacking core the whole season, because when they played Florida State in the first game of the year, 3 of them got hurt. Maybe even 4 got hurt.
Yeah, a lot of them was getting broken.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, what defense do you know in history been a top defense without a good linebacking core?
Yeah.
Nobody. So how can you say something about that defense and you know they've been hurt all year at linebacker, but then when the national championship, the bowl championship series playoff comes up, you get all the linebackers back except for 2.
Yeah.
2 still hurt. And they just dominate. Because
I was hearing all before that game, like how Georgia running game and when they all blah blah blah, they was gonna run all over it. Like, dog, we is not Oklahoma, man. That's not finna happen, man.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
You know they's gonna shut Chubb down. You know, Michelle had a few nice little runs in the game.
He did.
But he didn't get off. You know what I'm saying? We did what we were supposed to do and won that game. Won the championship. And we gonna be back next year. Watch out for him again, man. With Tua. Tua gonna be out there gunning out there, man.
Hey, passing game gonna be sharp, man. The receivers is nice. We got the young running back.
Of course, we got the running back.
Najee Harris. You know, even the senior coming back. The other Harris coming back. So, you know.
What's his name still there? Scarborough?
I don't know about Scarborough. But I know they still deep at running back.
Of course, that's what we do.
And got some good freshmen coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with Alabama. I know they're going to be real good. The whole SEC is about to be playing like Alabama soon because they're getting all the old coaches, you know, the offensive coordinators, defense coordinators.
All through the SEC.
All through the SEC, Tennessee, Georgia, product of Nick Saban. That's just how Bill Walsh did it back in the day.
Of course, Saban know all their styles, though, and it's going to be even easier for them to knock them teams off, I think.
Right. You know? But still, at the end of the day, when you playing against yourself sometime, you just got to stay on top of your game and not be afraid to pull the trigger. And Nick Saban is not afraid to pull the trigger because he will take a quarterback out if that quarterback not playing well.
For sure.
And a lot of coaches won't do that. They got a lot of pride, and they'll keep the player in because that's who they selected before the season started, or before the game. Oh, I'm gonna ride this quarterback because that's who I picked. But if he ain't playing well, he ain't playing well.
Yeah, for sure. It's good. It's still on. But I was looking at a couple other things too, man, because I just want to hit a couple things. Like, speaking of those freshmen, like I want to talk about a couple of these freshman basketball players right now in college basketball.
Oh yeah,
man, this dude Trae Young, bro, man, love watching this kid play. He just had 48 points the other game yesterday against Oklahoma State. They did lose the game the team only scored what I think 82 or something like that. And this cat had 48 points, right?
And he's a point guard. So you already know that's a special talent that should be in the NBA maybe next season. You
oh, no,
know.
It's not even no maybe. He's definitely, he's one and done.
Yeah. But, nowadays, these young guards, they're not point guards in my eyes anymore. They're just guards. You know what I'm saying? They can play the point. They can play the two, whatever. They're guards. A lot of these players can score. And that young man, he has range. He could take you off the dribble. He could put the ball in the basket.
Yes, sir. And like the comparison that everybody making, of course, is to Steph Curry. To me, I think he has that kind of potential, and he's a better passer already. Like the dude averaging, he leading the nation in scoring and assists, right? With a week, the team around him, they was ranked number 4 right now, right, or something. They just lost, but they still gonna be up there, that top 10 or something. This dude, how you gotta score 48 out of your 82 points, dude? He do everything for that team. More maybe a better comparison like to an NBA guy is like a James Harden for real. Cause how like last year James Harden on the Rockets, how everything had to run through him. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how Trae Young play. Like, not his game, but like the effect that he have on the team. Like if he rolling and he going good. Cause he had a bad shooting game. Even though he had the 48 points.
Yeah.
Shot like 14 for 39 or something.
Well, at the end of the day, the thing I like about players like that, hey, we trying to win the ball game. I'm trying to help my team win. And if the team may not have confidence or whatever, all those shots may not have been bad shots. You know, even though his shooting percentage wasn't too high.
Yeah.
He probably could have missed a few easy shots in a mix of what was going on because I didn't see the game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I like players like that who are trying to win the game.
Right.
I'd rather you try and win the game because at the end of the day, I want the ball in my best player's hands as much as possible.
No doubt.
And he's a very willing passer because he's also leading NCAA in assists.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's just a super ball hog.
30 points a game, 30.5. And 9.7 assists a game is what he averaging.
That's awesome.
Man.
That's awesome. Jordan didn't even average that.
Yeah, Jordan didn't even average 20.
And we know what type of player he is. And Steph Curry, he didn't average that. And we know the type of player he is, So I'm not throwing those shots at those two gentlemen. I'm just trying to give everybody an idea what we're looking at.
And he's doing it as a freshman.
And I'm not saying also that he can't be a bust in the league because I done seen some players.
Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah. I done seen Randolph Childress.
Oh, man.
I done seen Harold Miner. You know what I mean?
Baby Jordan.
At the end of the day, I still want to give him his props because that young man can put the ball in the hole.
I think like right now too, because I be doing the little mock drafts, all the time. I'll be looking at all those, and for a long time they had him like 12 to 13 range. Right now they saying like the one I was just looking at, they say he going like number 7 or 8. I'm like, hell nah. Dude is a top 3 to 5 pick, I think. And even though this draft class is gonna look a lot like this last year, when this one deep as fuck too. Like I'm looking at some of the names I was writing down, like Marvin Bagley. Of course, he goes to the punk ass Duke. He probably gonna be the number 1 overall or number 2 pick. We got a cat, DeAndre Ayton, out there in Arizona. He averaging 20 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Big center, 7-footer, beast. You know what I'm saying? Mo Bamba, big cat from Texas, the center, another defensive player. This dude averaging 4 blocks a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a double. And Colin Sexton, another good, exciting point guard out of there in Alabama. He go to Alabama. So.
Playing under Avery Johnson.
Right.
But the thing about the draft, it all depends on who got what spot.
And where you go.
And where you go. You know what I'm saying? Because Cleveland, I know they're going to have a good spot.
Right.
Depending on how Brooklyn Nets finish.
If they don't trade that pick.
Well, I'm almost positive they're gonna trade that pick.
You think they're gonna trade it?
They got to.
We are gonna hit on that NBA's talking in just a second too,
they
man.
Got to. They got to trade
that is gonna be. But like just mentioning like these names right there, that's 5. And then I didn't even mention Doncic, the cat overseas, right? He might be the #1 overall pick. This dude is a 6'7" player that's like a point guard, can play both kind of guards.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
shoot, athletic. So they talking about Duke might be #1. Then the other cat from Duke, the Duke actually got 4 guys that's gonna be one and done. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it, and they got some people coming right in to replace him.
Oh man, we was just Zion, man. Why Zion? You was supposed to go to UNC, dog. But whatever, man.
You were supposed to go to UNC.
You were supposed to go to UNC.
You're tripping, bro.
It's cool.
It is what it is, though, man. You never know.
Gotta beat you a couple times next year, man. Yeah. It's good.
You never know what they pitched him to go there, man.
How much? I don't know.
What type of girls they done sent to the dorm.
Hey, we joking about that. But one thing too, for real. But for real though, because I was talking about that with somebody, you know, in the group. I mean, Let's Talk Sports Nation. Make sure y'all check that out too. It's on Facebook. Check that out. A whole bunch of good sports talking there. But I was having a conversation in there, and somebody was talking about if it really looked like Zion had liked his visit when he went to North Carolina, and it looked like he was leaning towards him, right? But I said you got to kind of look at what he looking at from those 2 programs at this time right now. If he looking at if he just want to go straight to the NBA, then you gonna go to Duke. You know what I'm saying? If you look at like the last 4 or 5 drafts, Duke always got a player that's close to #1 every year.
Yeah,
every year. North Carolina, who the highest North Carolina player that been picked? Like Bryce Johnson, and that was what he was like.
He went to Sacramento, right?
Nah, Bryce Johnson. This year it was Justin Jackson.
Yeah,
and he went to Sacramento. Bryce Johnson went to the Clippers.
Well, yeah. But my thing about that, if I was coming in, I'm looking at the overall successes of the program,
right?
Which is North Carolina is your defending national champion. You know what I'm saying? So they lost a lot. I'll be like, hey, I could come right in. I mean, I feel like, you know, both programs, he should be able to come right in and start on each team. But I also want to be one of the main focuses.
See, right now with that, what you just said too, that's interesting right there, because Duke also got 2 other forwards that signed with it or that committed there, and they is like ready to hire than Zion. I can't remember that. I can't think of their names right now. And so they talking about either Duke gonna be real small next season and play small, cause Zion, he is only like 6'6". Dude is like 280, but you know he 6'6", like a Charles Barkley kind of size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he real athletic and explosive. We've seen the dunks and all that in the high school games or whatever. But it's still like they not even done picking. I mean, recruiting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They finna lose all 5 of their starters after this season. So they definitely knew they was gonna have to. The other thing I said too in that group, like Duke is looking like they trying to be like Kentucky now.
That's the way they going. That is the way they going.
We want to get them one and dones, man.
Yeah, they are doing that, and it's interesting how college is going the way that they're going now. You know, I do understand that a lot of these young kids want to take care of their families and things of that nature, but you know, the NBA game is way different from college. You know, there's a lot of buzz that's coming into the league. It's a lot of good players coming into the league doing what they're supposed to do. But, you know, as far as all the one and dones, you know, or even 2 and dones, you know,
like that cat Bridges, and you gonna see him, Michigan State cat.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them that's just not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're getting them now the rookie contract. They're not getting the contract like how other players got in the past. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, you'll be homeless before you know it. Well, I ain't gonna say homeless, but you know,
not in the league, like
get to buying your mama houses and stuff that you can't
Right.
afford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's real interesting about the little basketball, man. You know, hopefully they all succeed because, you know, I like to see all the young African American brothers succeed because that's basically the target area for most of the one and dones, you know. So hopefully it all work out for all them young men.
For sure, for sure. Speaking of that too, man, we want to mention them cats out there in Lithuania.
Oh, the Big Baller Brand.
Hey, man.
The BBB.
Yeah, they had a game today. I was able to check out some of it on Facebook. They had it streaming on there. So one thing I was reading about it, like the coach kind of fiery, man. He kind of got a little bit of problem with the 40-foot shots. He say LaMelo like shooting, and you know, a little too flashy for his taste right now. And of course, they don't play defense. You know, they do 16. You know, he should be in high school playing against high school kids. I think I feel like you can't really tell another man how to raise his kid or nothing like that. But man, that's kind of, I don't know if you setting them up to win or to fail for real, man. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a trip.
Right. I mean, my opinion, I think he should be the younger one need to be in high school as well.
Yeah.
I do kind of understand why the older one went overseas because
he couldn't play at UCLA.
Yeah, due to the situation that happened at UCLA, it probably wouldn't have been a problem with him getting in any other school. Plus, also due to all the attention that the father is making sure that he get.
Right.
He is doing things that are causing him to receive money, you know, keeping his name relevant, keeping everybody knowing what's going on with the Big Baller Brand.
You got the best hype man in the world right now.
Yeah, you know, but, you know, the Better Business Bureau gave him an F grade for what he's doing, so he needs to tone it down just a little bit, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know,
touchdown.
Rudolph. Didn't I tell you about Rudolph?
Yeah.
But, you know, you gotta tone it down just a little bit. You know, ain't nothing wrong with keeping your name relevant and keeping people focused on your family, how you want it to be, so people could buy your products. But make sure you get the products out to your people. You know what I'm saying?
See, one thing about the whole ball situation, like I always was like, I was doing another show before I had a podcast. We was doing Let's Talk Sports Nation podcast, but I always kind of made it a point. I don't even really want to talk about them too much, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I don't know, it wasn't even really relevant to sports, like what, you know, what a real, you know, sports fan want to pay attention to. You know, I want to pay attention to what he doing with his kids, like, you know what I mean? It's not my business like that. But when they constantly putting him all in our face and you know, this is happening and he going on the shows and getting interviewed, saying crazy stuff like I'm better than Jordan and things like that. I mean, people that whoever buy into the hype, like I think it's kind of funny to me, because like we know it's a big thing in that sports group I'm in too, how like it's one side like they pro LaVar and the other side like, man, this dude is an idiot. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm kind of in the middle, like, cause I don't, you know, I don't really knock him too much for what he doing. The only thing I don't like is like how I feel like he kind of trying to live his dreams through his sons, you know what I mean? Instead of letting them have their lives, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you don't say nothing about Lonzo Ball last year, he still is gonna be a top 3 pick. You know what I'm saying? The way the dude play. You don't gotta come out there and say all the stuff like that and you know, he ain't gonna go even work out for the Celtics and things like that. I mean, he could have been the number 1 pick. You know, why wouldn't you I started saying that too. Like, are you costing him money by not letting him sign to a big shoe contract or, you know, a major deal? or are you really gaining? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, he wants the money.
Right. And that's my problem. That's my problem. Like, bro.
He wants the money off what his son gonna do, which is, I mean, 8 times out of 10, it's not a bad thing. You know, it's not. But it's just the way that you do things, you know.
Right.
He keep his name in the media for show every other 3 months.
Yeah.
He gonna say something crazy just to keep his name relevant, you know. The move he did to Lithuania, you know. He got people watching the Lithuania stuff, you know.
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, but he's just doing it in a way
that turn people up.
It's gonna turn people off.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Just not right now, but eventually, because at the end of the day, his sons, they can be good, but right now they're not good in Lithuania, because in Lithuania they got a certain style, they got a certain way that they play basketball, you know.
Right.
And his son coming in shooting 40-foot shots, that's unacceptable,
right,
to all teams over there, you know. So if he don't succeed with this one particular team, if this one particular team get rid of him, who gonna pick him up?
One thing about that, like, cause they could have went anywhere almost, probably overseas. You know what I mean? I think every team, especially a team that's struggling, like out there, you gonna sign these 2 kids because you know that's gonna bring you attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like they got the little Triple B little showcase games that they having, like I think they got like 5 games they doing. Today was their 2nd game, and you see all around the court they got the Triple Bs and like the logos all over the place. So it's like he really sponsoring that, or you know, he got a big hand in that shit going on over there. So I mean, he making moves. I just hope it work out for his kids, though. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, you know, you always want your kids to be better than you is. You know what I mean?
Right. And you want to set them up for the future, and, you know, make sure they set for their life. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know,
and not set them back. And like, I mean, you know, put more obstacles in their way. You know, you supposed to try to make the road a little bit easier for them if you can. Show them, like, you know, you can go this route. I mean, dude had his own way of doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, if it work out, that's good, man. Hopefully it do. But like, I don't ever want to wish bad on no, you know, young guy trying to do something and make something out of their life. You know what I mean?
Right.
They trying to be professional basketball players. If you told me when I was 16 years old I could make money to play basketball, even if it's overseas, bro, I'm gone.
Right.
Where? How much? First, that's the first question. How much? And if it's anything like what they doing, like, I heard the contracts is kind of little, you know, they little, but they not playing like a full schedule. You know, they playing like, I forgot how many games you said, but they're not playing like a full schedule, man.
Yeah. You know, it's real interesting how the Lithuania contracts are, because of course, obviously, they're not getting the money that the people of America is getting. But at the end of the day, they want to get back to the American game. They want to get back to the American money.
Okay.
You know, so at the Big Baller Brand, at the end of the day, I applaud them for doing what they're trying to do. You know, I support all African Americans all the time, but I just think that the father just needs to tone it down just a little bit. You know, but you know, ain't nothing wrong with keeping your name relevant, but just do it in a productive way for your kids. You know, for your kids to succeed, because the way you doing it, you know, you bringing a lot of negative press towards your son, who is not even saying nothing. He just going out there playing basketball.
He's trying to just be an athlete.
Yeah, they critiquing him so bad in LA. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even giving him no credit for being a good point guard, because he don't score a lot of points. You know, and you know why that is? That's because the daddy talking so much stuff You know what I'm saying?
Everybody trying to really lock him up and show him like, nah, you ain't that yet. Oh, that's out of bounds.
And the son, he is a complete basketball player. You know, he's a throwback point guard. Yeah. You know, he get rebounds, he get assists. He one of them type of players that's gonna be fighting for triple doubles. It may not be high triple doubles, but a triple double is a triple double.
He been doing that like already this season, right? If you look at his stats, what he averaging right now, I think it's like 12 points or 11 points, something like that. Seven boards and 7 assists.
Yeah, that's good for a rookie.
If you put them numbers next to Draymond Green numbers, they look almost identical. And Draymond Green is an all-star. So,
you know what I mean?
This dude is a rookie point. I mean, he not no defensive player like Draymond, but just if we just looking at numbers, I mean, dog.
Yeah, but
they a lot of people would be knocking him and be like, dude is a bust. He not nothing close to that. He is like, I mean, for me, I like those kind of point guards. I grew up, Magic Johnson, my favorite all-time player. So, of course, I want a point guard that's going to get his teammates involved before he even go for his own. Magic could still get you dubbed, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lonzo going to learn how to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Though, you know?
He will sooner or later. He's more like a Jason Kidd, in my opinion.
Definitely.
You know, true point guard. You know,
but Jason Kidd had that lockdown defense, too, so I ain't going to give him that whole little thing.
I mean, I said more like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Offensively, no doubt.
Yeah. So, you know, his jump shot will come along. It's an awkward shot, but it fits him.
It's improving too. Like, a lot of people been trying to knock it, but he been shooting a lot better. Like, he injured right now. Like, he missing in the game, fucking up my fantasy basketball team too. All these damn injuries, bruh.
Yeah, the injuries is real tough in the fantasy, man. It hurts every team. But you gotta have the IR in your league. And we happen to be a part of the league where there's no IR, so.
And my first pick was Kawhi Leonard, so you know how my season's going with that team, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shit. And that's not a player you could just cut like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hell nah, because if he come back, somebody's swooping him up right when I cut him. Like, nah.
But see, the thing about players like that, and the reason why I stay away from him is, you know, the Spurs are sit day players, you know.
Even when they ain't hurt.
I'm in a dog fight every week. You know, that's how I look at it. And I just can't have no players who are going to sit out.
For real.
When they a top player, you know, because those picks, them top picks, once one of them don't work out, that kind of hurts your whole season.
Exactly. This dude is my #1 pick. Like, I'm like, bruh, Kawhi Leonard, man. I'm thinking, all right, he going to be out for like a couple weeks in the start of the season. Because that's what they're saying. It was like it wasn't no timetable, but they don't think it's too serious. You know, he's able to shoot around or something, they were saying. But I'm like, all right, he should be back by like November or mid-November. I was cool with that. Then they start saying like, man, maybe December. You know, he come back almost at the end of December, play a few games and get hurt again. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man, in fantasy basketball, man.
But I got 2 squads though, even without that. Like, I just ain't been able to. I missed the whole weekend and got smacked one of them. Like, I was on vacation and lost like an 8-1 game or something. That was some bullshit. Cause I forgot to set my lineup before I went on vacation. Didn't have no internet out there, or didn't have no computer out there. Bullshit, man. But it's
yeah, well, you know, I tried my best to be on top of my.
What that, Tory?
Yeah, that's right. Be on top of my A game with the setting the lineup, you know, like especially if I'm bored and got some downtime, I set my lineup for a couple of weeks.
That's what I do.
Just hoping that it don't be no injuries or nothing, you know. But at the end of the day, I have, you know, my players in place.
See, like, cause both of my teams, like, I like everybody on both of my teams. Like, we have 1 or 2 players that we could cut and like pick up. I don't got no players like that on either one of my teams. Like, I like every player on my teams.
Yeah.
But you know, like, the only player that I would cut is the best player on my team, so I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the only dude that ain't helping me right now, though. Shit.
Yeah, but you know, I'm in second place in both leagues.
Okay. I'm in third in field league, so I'm right there in that one. And I'm smacking A-Line again, and smacking him in both leagues, like I do in every fantasy shit, bruh. You can't fuck with me.
And funny thing about it, if he was here, he'd be talking shit just like if he was in first place.
Right.
That's the coldest part about that.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm in second place in both leagues, and I think I got a good chance at winning both of them.
Yeah, he gonna win
thing in both.
He was in first
in both.
Yeah.
You know, he doing his thing, but
I just beat him last week though, so he can have to feel that L right there. Take that L, Weezy.
Yeah, I think I got a good chance. I got two solid teams.
If both of my teams was, cause I be having injuries on both teams. You see,
me too.
And I ain't never even used the IR thing. I ain't, cause I be like I set my lineup like on a Sunday, right, all the way to like the next Tuesday. Then I won't even look at it till like maybe Saturday or something.
Shit, I look at that shit every day. Anytime I get bored, that's one of the first things I look at. Like,
man, I be so tired.
I don't look at Facebook. I don't look at Instagram. I don't look at Snapchat. I'm looking at the fantasy basketball.
See, I don't look at it on my phone. That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah, I look at it on my phone. Yeah. I'm looking at that before I do any other thing when I'm bored. You know, as soon as I get bored, bam, fantasy.
Making moves.
Making moves, looking at moves, looking at potential moves.
Who that Diggs?
You know, yep. Because there's certain people be getting cut. You be surprised.
Oh, yeah, I know. Cut. You remember that year when I got somebody, but I think was it Blake? Oh no, he traded me, Blake. That was A-Line too. Nice trade, bro. He gave me I gave him Marcus Gasol for Blake Griffin that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he got a knee in the spine. Man.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah. But for the last
Earl Spencer last night?
I didn't even see it. I was like, what?
I watched it this morning.
He whooped his ass?
Whooped his ass. Fucking corner stopped the fight.
What about Easter? You seen that?
Both the eyes.
You seen that fight too?
Yeah, I seen the Easter fight. I in my opinion, Easter lost, but Easter got the win. But dude was overweight.
Okay.
He wound up being overweight. But Easter wasn't using his jab. He wasn't using his height.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that too later.
Yeah,
man.
Make sure you watch that, bro.
Yeah, that's my little brother partner out there too. Shout out my little brother. Oh, dog, I see you, man. Yeah, out there in Ohio.
Yeah, Easter. He fought a good fight though, but I felt like he didn't win.
Yeah.
You know how boxing go.
Yeah, you know they had the UFC on last night too.
Oh yeah, it was going down. Yeah, did Rampage fight?
Rampage lost.
Well, you know, dude was saying he was a legend.
Sonny,
the dude you fought.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen, he's a legendary shit talker.
That's he was talking shit. He
was talking hella shit to Silver. He the one that fought Silver. Like he was talking hella shit.
Hey, like. Silver beat his ass up.
I think he beat Silver too, though. It seemed
really?
Like I think he beat him, but I'm trying to remember that. It seemed like he the one that got him.
I know Silver started losing to that nigga Wiseman or Whitman or.
He man, wow. Silver been fell off, and then he started taking steroids or something. So yeah, man, that's the only thing that I hate about like the MMA. Like all the best fighters, like they all be getting caught doing some shit. Yeah. Like John Jones, my favorite fighter.
I'm so disappointed in Bones.
Man, that dude he the best fighter I've seen. Like in MMA, and he can't even just stay clean, man. Dude is unbeatable.
Sometimes it don't be the steroids like how we think.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just be like a little over-the-counter substance that's just banned in the league. Right. I mean, in the fighting thing.
Yeah, they be having like the testosterone and all that.
I
know. Yeah. But,
did Cormier win?
Yeah, Cormier dominated, dude. I heard. I ain't gonna see that one yet either. I gotta check that out.
To check that out.
But then the last thing we got hit before I get up out of here, man, those two games from last night, from yesterday. OKC putting the smack down on the Cleveland Cavs, and they no defense having asses.
Yeah, they did. But the thing about that though, OKC was just hot to me. You know,
They was on fire.
They was on fire. You know, you had players going 11 to 16. You know, I got Adams on one of my teams. You know,
yeah, 25.
25 and 10. He only missed a couple of shots. Like, you know.
Oh, Pitt.
Oh, yeah. That's it out. Oh.
Nah, oh.
Damn, Phil.
Oh, he to the. He going, bruh. He finna go. He get that block. He gone.
I was saying
Pick
to the
6,
house,
Philly.
hey,
Oh.
I was saying to the house, did I say that?
See how he set that block up right there? Hey, he did that.
Damn.
That was a nice one right there.
Hey.
He hit the Kiddo got hit.
Terrible.
Didn't he get hit on that throw though? It looked like I gotta see it again too. It looked like he got.
Who was he throwing?
I know. I think he got hit. That's why it looked like he came out like that.
It looked like he threw it straight to dude.
That shit came out bad.
Yeah, but OKC was hot, man. You know, in the game you get George going for 30.
Yeah.
You get 36.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't get hit. What the fuck
He
was
threw it
that?
straight to the nigga, bro. I'm telling you.
What the fuck was that? He hit. Oh, did he hit his arm?
Not yet. No.
Did he hit the? He didn't hit the ball. Oh, he got his elbow a little bit. It looked like maybe.
That was terrible.
That was a bad.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable, man. They get paid too much money for that type of throw. You know, that's just like these kickers.
That's
man.
a great return, though.
Kick.
Yeah, you got to make all them kicks.
All of them. All of them.
If you got the range, you got to make it. Yeah, shit.
You know, but I was saying, you know, you
the
get
OKC boys is on fire.
Going for 36. You get Melo going for what?
29. Yeah.
You get
Westbrook
2020.
Yeah.
You get Adams 25-10. Come on, man. Who gonna beat that?
Nobody
gonna beat
Nobody
them. They put up 148.
For real.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I think that Cleveland could have did a little bit of defense, but all you can do is put your hand up. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of that, right? Because that's a big topic around all sports circles about Isaiah Thomas being a big defensive liability. Right? We know that he's an offensive player.
Yeah.
You know, we know what he was supposed to give them. He's supposed to give them buckets that Kyrie was giving them.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyrie, even though Kyrie's not a great defensive player, he's better than Isaiah Thomas defensively just because of his size.
Yeah.
You know, Isaiah, everybody that's going to play against him is going to try to take advantage of him being like he my height, 5'9". Like he not going to, you're not going to be able to, I mean, get a hand up and contest too many shots from these 6'4" point guards. You know what I mean?
But you know, yesterday, what you do with that is you put Isaiah Thomas on the weakest offensive player.
Was he on Robertson? He was on him?
He was guarding Robertson.
Okay.
And Robertson even got a few buckets. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you do, especially like playoff time. Like the way that OKC played Cleveland was almost like a playoff matchup. You go to the weakest person. So they was taking advantage of Isaiah Thomas. But at the same time, Cleveland also is in a transition stage where Derrick Rose just came back. You trying to rotate everybody in, and I know they're trying to fade somebody out because they're going to make a move.
They have to.
They're going to make a move. So
this, like with that part right of that, because they got like a couple different like great players that they trying to. It seem like they targeting. You know, I heard Cousins. I don't think they're gonna be able to make that happen. I heard Davis. That's not gonna happen. Who else?
Jordan.
Yeah, now that's the one I think that they can make happen. I think you seeing them Tristan and JR or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll work right there.
Happen.
That'll work right there.
They throwing that draft pick, they can get whoever they want.
Right.
You know.
Or they gonna have to. I don't know, like because. The one it was a topic in the group they was talking about it was like Isaiah Thomas, J.R. Smith, Shumpert, and Tristan.
That's
and the pick.
No.
For Anthony Davis.
No. That don't even add up. Anytime you make a trade, the money gotta add up. You know? I don't know if a lot of people know that.
I don't know.
The money gotta add up.
Because I just be seeing people just throwing names, and I be like, hold on, this dude make $20 million. This dude right here makes Tristan makes 16. Then you go to JR, he make like 10. Shump make like 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that. Then you got Isaiah, he making like 15 or something like. So how you gonna trade all of them guys for one $20 million contract? That's not finna happen. Like, you know, I don't know, man. Y'all gotta do y'all research a little bit better on that before y'all just start throwing names out, man.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta see what the salaries look like. You know, they got this thing even on the internet where you can put it on there. It'd be like, do these trades match up? And it'll show you their salaries and do they match up if the trade will work.
Yeah.
You know, I used to do that a lot. So, you know, I mean, it's not hard to do. Like, I mean, that's why, you know, like I say trade somebody should probably get traded, but I probably have a couple names in my, you know, that I think they might should go after and try to see if it'll match up. You know what I mean?
Plus, you got to look at what you're getting and what you're giving up. You know what I'm saying? You'll be receiving a shot blocker like Cleveland really needs a shot blocker, because if you watched the game yesterday, OKC, Westbrook was just getting to the cup.
Easy, yeah.
Wasn't nobody there to, you know, even alter his shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, if you give up Tristan, I mean, I give up Tristan.
Easy.
You know, easy. You know, but see, other teams like, hey man, they see what we see.
They see them contracts too.
Yeah, they see what we see though with Tristan. Tristan haven't been the same player.
You got
now,
the curse.
If he was the same player he was 2 years ago.
Yeah. In that finals when they won it. Yeah.
You know, or even the finals.
That's the one that got him that contract.
The
finals that they lost is what got him the contract.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. If he's that player, I'm sure they would have been got rid of him. But he's not that same player. So now the problem is you trying to mix in different things.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams want more than what Cleveland could give for what they're trying to get.
Hell yeah.
You know?
See, like the main piece I think they should go after, like what we just said, DeAndre. I think that's that player right there. Replace Tristan with him. You know, put Kevin Love back to his 4 spot. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron can, you know, do more at the 3, and every Crowder could come off the bench, bro. You know,
they was trying to get Marc Gasol. They was trying to bust some moves.
I heard he's still on the block. Or I heard he might be on the block too.
I believe it.
You know, but they fired their coach because he didn't get along with him.
Yeah, well, you know.
So that's a trip. Like, it's like they picked the player over the coach right there.
A lot of organizations will do that. You know, that's their franchise player. They got rid of Zebo. So Marc Gasol is their guy.
Yeah, him and Conley.
Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna really get rid of Mark unless they tend to get, you know.
If they ain't gonna make the playoffs, they gonna have to look at that.
Yeah, they're not gonna make the playoffs. Definitely not in the West.
They gonna have to look at that, and that's what I want to hit on next too, because it was a big, of course, that big 1-2 seed matchup last night too. The Warriors and the Rockets. The Rockets getting a win and actually winning the season series this season already.
Yeah, I mean, but they got a couple more matchups though. They only up 2-0.
Nah, they won a series already. They only play one more time then. Cause they been saying like they already won that shit.
Yeah, well, they have to only play one more time because they only up 2-0. They won the first game of the year and then they won last night.
All right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I remember the first time when they beat them, and
yeah, it was a good game. You know what I'm saying? Man, Houston, they got some good pieces. I like the pickups that they made. You know,
all defensive guys.
Ba Mute and PJ Tucker, and then they also did it without Trevor Ariza, who's another defensive guy who can shoot some threes, get you some steals. You know, so
and he looked like he's trying to be a thug again. You know what I'm saying? You see how he tried to run up on Blake the other day.
Well, you know, Blake did a few things.
Blake
like
was doing some little fuckboy shit out there.
And then Austin Rivers on the sideline talking mess. You know, a lot of people already don't really respect Austin Rivers due to him playing for his daddy and all that. They feeling
he having a good season though. I've been looking at him a little bit. He's been playing pretty good this season.
Yeah, he have, but in his fantasy, he's still like he's not a high rated player. So
He might not even should be getting as many minutes as he get, but you know,
he played for his daddy.
You know what it is.
You know how it is. You know they done talked a little stuff about him, man. So
they tried to go to the locker room and go get at Blake, like
and Austin, and they didn't suspend. Chris Paul. Shit. The only way they knew how to get to that locker room was Chris Paul.
And Harden wasn't even playing in that game. He was in street clothes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He still coming to
talk about they trying to be a peacemaker.
Yeah, right, man.
You know, so.
But nobody. I talk about that too all the time. Nobody in the NBA want to fight, man. Except for Aaron Aflalo. Aaron Aflalo just tried to take dude from Minnesota head off the other night, man. You seen that?
I seen that, man.
Aaron Aflalo wasn't playing, bro.
Took off like I'm like.
He was like elbowing him when he was coming through the lane. Aflalo just out of nowhere swung a haymaker at him, like, and then dude had him in the head, like the whole.
Yeah.
Dude has some funny shit too. He was like, man, I had to protect myself and my family. Like, what? Your family? Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah. He didn't get suspended though.
Oh, Billy?
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Flotto,
he didn't do nothing.
That's 2 games, no money.
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know. The whole fighting the NBA thing has always been funny to me. Like, since they stopped really fighting, you know what I mean? 'Cause we grew up when they was really chunking them out there. You know, you'll get the Boston foul when Mikal clothesline Rambis.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't no such thing as no flagrant foul. That was a foul. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no flagrant foul.
Well, if that foul happened now, the player get tossed out.
Ejected, yeah. Fine, all the shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they do want to protect the players now.
Which is a good thing
in
it's some way.
But see, a lot of people, they don't understand, a lot of fans, the NFL, NBA, they got to protect their product because at the end of the day, a lot of these players sue the NFL.
Yeah, after they retire.
Yeah, they sue the NFL. So the NFL, Bridgewater not playing. He ain't playing.
Bradford
is. Okay. But the NFL, they got sued so much. They like, hey, we're gonna change these rules. Right. You know, and fans don't understand why rules is being changed.
A couple of the rules
get tired of paying out.
A couple of them rules, like, all right, just because we just on the rules, we on autumn leagues right now a little bit. Like the NFL rule changes, right? The only one I really don't really like is like the incidental contact on if you touch a quarterback helmet, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I can see if you like swinging and really hit it, but if you just touch it, that's a 15-yard penalty, bro.
Yeah. You know they babying the quarterbacks right now. Yeah. Which is unfair to all the quarterbacks that played in the past.
Other thing, the defenseless receiver rule.
Yeah. Well, now,
how was we taught? Separate the man from the ball.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of guys are anytime it's a big hit, it's a penalty.
Right.
No matter.
That used to be on the highlight reel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No matter how it goes down, it's gonna be a penalty. You know, either you defenseless or it's helmet to helmet.
Something.
They finding a way, you know, to try and take away all the big hits, you know.
Yeah.
And
they want everything to look just like robotic almost, just arm, everything tackle, you know. Even though if your boy from the Saints would have tackled like he was supposed to tackle.
Right. Exactly.
Instead of trying to push the hit stick on Madden.
Right. But he didn't even do that. That was horrible.
Nah. But
for
real, if you play Madden, right? So a lot of people, when you play Madden, you know this. Like, you'll push the hit stick sometime and just totally miss the guy. Like, he way over on the other side. Like, whoa, why did he dive this way when he right here? Like, come on, man. That's what that looked like. Like, dude pushed the hit stick and just, come on, dog.
That was terrible. And took out his own
player. You make the tackle. And yeah, he could have had a chance to catch him.
Yeah.
He just messed that all the way up. Like, yeah, that was terrible.
Right.
I do feel bad for dude, though. But, man. kind of like they're talking about how when Kyle Williams messed up our chance to get to the ball when we lost to the Giants that year.
Yeah.
And them 2 fumbles.
Oh yeah. It happens.
Yeah, man.
It happens, you know.
Dude, but, I know he ain't never been the same after that, man.
Shit, was he in the league?
He went to the Broncos for a little while after that. Like, but I think it was only like 1 season, and he wasn't never no player. Like he wasn't even that great when he played. You know, he wasn't. I knew it was a problem because Ted Ginn got hurt. Remember, he was our return man.
Right.
Ginn got hurt. We put in the backup return man, Kyle Williams, who didn't hardly touch the ball all season, which. I mean, we seen why, because this,
yeah,
he wasn't sure-handed. You can't put the ball on the ground in those kind of situations, man.
Right.
But hey, it happened. Whatever. I gotta get over it eventually. Eventually, I'm gonna get over it because we was gonna win the Super Bowl that year for sure.
Yeah,
we for sure was gonna win that shit, man. But whatever.
Yeah, that's over with. You gotta get over that one.
Yeah, man. But hey, we finna. My bad. We finna bounce back and forth a little bit because I was just talking about that Western Conference. Like I like how the Western Conference looking right now. Of course, and good. They on like a 5-6 game winning streak. Of course, Houston. They just beat Golden State yesterday.
Yeah.
And they playing like real. They 17-0 when Paul Harden and Capella all play. You know what I'm saying? So you can't not see that. Like when I've been seeing a lot of Warriors fans mostly saying like it's cool they won the regular season series, but they ain't gonna do that in the playoff. Which they gotta prove it first. Chris Paul ain't had no, great history in the playoffs. James Harden, you see what happened to him in that last game in the playoffs.
But I think those 2 players playing together.
Exactly.
When James Harden had his meltdown, it wasn't so much of a meltdown. It just was like a bad stretch in that last game.
Right.
But he carried that team that whole season. This season, Chris Paul is taking some edge off of him.
No doubt.
Chris Paul is taking a lot of playmaking away from him. So I think this year will be much different. Eric Gordon is also stepping his game up.
He scored like 20 a game off.
Yeah,
man,
he's stepping his game up. And then Harden was put in situations where he had to defend good players. And he's not going to have to do that this season because they got Bahamute. They have Ariza. And then they also picked up P.J. Tucker.
Yeah.
So they're going to be very good once the playoffs come.
I mean, the adding Chris Paul thing, I remember when it first happened and a whole bunch of people, we hear all this shit talking about how they going to play together. They both ball dominant and all that kind of shit. And off top, I already knew it was going to be good because when you give James Harden, like, breaks, you know what I mean? He don't got to have the ball in his hand the whole game. Chris Paul can take that and run his pick and roll like 6-7 times in a row down the court, and we see that and when one come out, start going crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and doing everything. So dangerous team like that. I really didn't respect coming into the season. They coach like I ain't never liked D'Antoni. Even back in Phoenix, I never liked him. Like I always felt like really just ignore defense. But now with the moves that they made, and I gotta give credit to Morey though, like they GM for that. Like him making those kind of moves and like, dude, philosophy is coaching these offensive guys, but we gotta have some on both sides of the ball, man, both sides of the court. So I mean, I feel like those moves that they made with the defensive cats and Chris Paul especially is gonna get them. I'm not even gonna say Western Conference Championship, but they definitely they can get there. And I think they can. I ain't gonna say they could beat the Warriors. I think they could get them to 7 games, though.
Man, the thing about basketball, man, the basketball is round. Anybody can be beat at any given time. You never know. Especially when you're dealing with a jump shooting team. They can just be off this particular
and they
day
both jump shooting
or
teams.
This particular series. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who could be who. The Warriors, they real dominant right now. But at the end of the day, everybody got some kryptonite. Everybody every team got somebody. You know,
For sure.
Jordan, his era, his teams was
Celtics
good,
and the Pistons
outstanding.
smacking them up.
Celtics, Lakers,
Pistons,
all those teams, good, dominant for years. But they didn't win it every year.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling who gonna win it. You know, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not ready to even pick no team who's gonna win yet. But just from what I've seen so far this season, I think that might be the only team that can beat them for real.
Oh yeah, I mean, but you never know.
I think OKC, you know, I rocks with OKC. They got two of my favorite players, so you know I rocks with OKC. They wanted it to, and let me just tell y'all that too, right quick. I record like a certain number of teams games every time they come on. So like OKC definitely one of them. I've been watching them all year. Minnesota, I've been kind of watching them because I knew Jimmy Butler, one of my guys, and Wiggins. Yeah. They real fun to watch. You know. Oh, another touchdown. Who that, Blunt?
Yeah.
McGarry. Okay, 14-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like I said, like Minnesota. Of course, my Lakers. I gotta watch my team, even though we struggle, but that's my team. And just recently, I've been starting watching more of the Rockets, like cause they fun to watch too. Even though, and I've been wanting to, like, I've been hearing a lot about how they playing different this year. And they look the same. They just look like that team from last year on steroids a little bit. They look better. You know what I'm saying? Like with Chris Paul, like you almost got like two of those. Like best point guard guys in the league kind of on the team. So, I mean, that's hard to beat right there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat them, but right now I can't call that yet, man. I think they are gonna match up, them or OKC, and it's gonna be. I can't trust San Antonio without Kawhi being healthy.
Yeah.
Without him, I think they might be out in the first round for real. I don't care who they play. I think all the teams in the West is gonna make the playoffs. Yeah, I think probably all of them might can beat the Spurs, like for real in the first round.
Aldridge, he back. He's showing that he back, but they still need Kawhi. They need Kawhi. Can't be done without Kawhi.
Kawhi, top 5 player in the league, man. To me, and like it's a trip, like, cause I got players that I am biased for, like Westbrook. Everybody know that. I'm biased for LeBron too because I mean, dude in his 15th year looking better than he ever has. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like,
all those players you naming is two-way players.
George,
though.
and that's the players that I like.
Two-way
or players that's gonna do more than one thing. Like like Anthony Davis. I like Karl Anthony Towns, but I need him to work on that defense. You know what I'm saying? But
he's starting to shoot a little too many threes. I know he can hit the three.
I think it's more because Jimmy Butler and Wiggins is more like slashers.
Yeah, because I was watching the other night when they were playing Houston, and he took like about 3 threes in a row. Those 3 threes he missed, Houston came down and got buckets and just separated themselves from Minnesota. And I felt like
still young.
Still, like, you really gotta pay attention to what you're doing to your team with these.
I think
shots.
they right like around 4th or 5th right now. I think in the West. I gotta check that again, but I think they like playing it in there right now. I mean the whole West though, it's a trip, like, because even the bad teams, they fun to watch. Like I watch Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Devin Booker fun to watch, bro. That dude can shoot the lights out, man.
Yeah.
And of course I watch the Lakers all the time. And, hey, they fun when they playing right. You know what I'm saying? When they up and down and when they moving the ball and just up and down. I love that kind of game.
Yeah.
But I just need like them to get a little bit more consistent.
Portland look good.
Oh yeah, I love Dame and CJ, man. Dame and CJ. But
it's a lot of good teams in the West.
What you think if they would have kept LaMarcus, how good they could have been?
They have been awesome. They've been awesome because they have a big man presence on that team. They got an awesome backcourt.
You know the center they got. He cool, but he ain't Nurkic. Yeah, he ain't no Aldridge.
but the East is coming along.
Yeah.
You know, the East is coming
getting
along.
better.
You know,
Boston
is coming along. You know, Boston. You got Cleveland.
And I gotta tell everybody too, because I don't know if y'all know, but of course I'm a Lakers fan, so them Celtics, man, that's how it is, man. You know, I don't rock with them, but they are a good team. I have recorded a couple of their games too.
They got a good ass coach.
I like Jason Tatum, man, and I hate to say that because he went to Duke, but I like him. Like, that dude, he got a smooth ass game. You know, he got a good handle. He can shoot.
Yeah, they got a good coach.
And Jaylen Brown was good.
Yeah,
I like their squad that they put together. And imagine if Hayward didn't get hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They might can beat Cleveland too. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up. I forgot I even said that. But that's the last thing I'm gonna talk about too. We're gonna end it after this. But I think I'm not even ready to say that Cleveland gonna win the East this year, man. I think Boston might be better than them this year.
Really. I think they better coached. I don't think they could beat them in the series. I don't think they could beat them in the series because right now what Cleveland is going through is they're going through a growing stage with all the new players that they have.
Yeah.
And it's taking longer than it's supposed to because you got a couple players like J.R. Smith who's complaining and doing
I want to start.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you just not that guy.
You're not J.R. Swish no more, man.
You're not that guy.
You J.R. Bricks now.
You're not aggressive.
J.R. Bricks.
You're not even D'ing up like how you should. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think Wade gonna show up in the playoffs like nobody else knows. Remember, I said that when y'all watch this show. Playoff time. Watch Dwayne Wade.
Oh, you already know that.
And we know what LeBron gonna do.
Yeah.
But keep your eye out for IT and D Rose, man.
Yeah. See, I'm looking at something too with that team. Like, you know, they got players that was really getting a lot of minutes in them championship series that can't even get off the bench now.
Right.
Amon Shumpert, you know, Fry was getting minutes, you know,
yeah.
They had Jefferson last year, but he gone now. But you know, a lot of them cats.
Yeah.
Even when Rose was gone, you know, Calderon was playing cool. You know, he was getting a lot of minutes for them too.
Yeah.
Like, they got a lot of depth, but they got a lot of old and not non-athletic players. Like, you know what I mean?
They do, but I like Jeff Green.
Okay.
I like Crowder. I just think Crowder got to get more involved. Like Crowder, I think
you like him starting. You like Love's playing the center.
I don't like Love playing center because Love can't block no shots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I like Crowder is because Crowder could defend the best player on the opposite team, and LeBron don't have to work that hard on both sides of the floor.
True.
J.R. Smith needs to go back to the bench. Okay?
Hey.
He needs to go to the bench. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know though, but because remember what we were saying earlier about that. Like Dwayne Wade kind of thriving when that second
but
unit.
But Dwayne don't got to start. You
got
options.
Oh, you start Rose or something. Huh?
You got options.
Rose
man.
and Thomas out in the back court.
Rose, Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Even
they got a lot of depth.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about LeBron, when you bless that, LeBron could step in that 2-guard spot if you want to.
And put Crowder at the 3.
You know what I'm saying?
And Thompson.
LeBron is an option. You know,
LeBron really the point guard too.
At the same time, but look, Pete.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no Thompson, Tristan Thompson, no. They gonna make some move. He's gonna be gone.
He's gonna be
that
gone.
Guy's out of here. We're not even gonna talk about that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Whoever they pick up
it's gonna be the
center.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be a big guy. I don't know who it is. The big guy at center, Love at forward, strong power.
See
Crowder, LeBron, and
the trade deadline. The trade deadline in like 2.5 weeks, right? So we definitely gonna be talking a lot about that coming up on these shows too, man. But we about to end it off in a minute, man. I'm just gonna end it up a little bit. I was just make sure y'all check me out, man. Subscribe to the channel, In the Zone Tone. We gonna have a good show for y'all at least twice a week. The times is gonna vary, and the times how long the shows is gonna vary too. Is just gonna see how we working out, man, and how is this flow. So right on to my homie Big Fridge.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be fun because we can just sit here and chop it up all day about some sports, man. It's nothing. But make sure y'all check us out. Get at me if you want to come on the show too. Hit me up on Facebook, Tony Smith. And in Let's Talk Sports Nation, if y'all ain't near, go add that. We'll see what's up with y'all, man. And we out of here in the zone with Tom, my homie Big Fridge. We gone.
Peace.